All right. Whew. Mr. Barr here. Linear function word problems. The slope-intercept equation. If you have not memorized this equation yet, then you are behind, because this is one of the magical equations. Slope-intercept equation, y equals mx plus b, where b represents what? The y-intercept. And m represents the slope. But those are very mathematical terms. Here's what it really represents in terms of a word problem. The y-intercept is really the starting value and the slope is really how it's changing. So, starting value and how things are changing after that. Let's do some problems. Now, the first one, I think you could just kind of logic your way through, because you guys are pretty smart with these. And you've done these before. Okay. Leah already owns one hairband. And additional hairbands are priced at 2 for $1. How much money does Leah need to spend on new hairbands in order to own a total of 9 hairbands? Write and solve an equation to find the answer. So here's what we're going to have. Remember that m is how it's changing. So how is this changing? She's changing by getting 2 for every $1. And how many does she start with? Her starting value is 1. So here's our equation. Y equals m. And what's the m? The m is the slope, and that's how it's changing, which is right here. 2x. And what's the starting value? The starting value is 1. So here's my start. Oh, you can't read that. There's my start, and here's my change. And here's the equation that models this problem. Now, y and x aren't really good variables for this. We should really be using like hairbands. This is how many hairbands. HB equals 2 times the number of dollars plus 1, right? For $0, she has 1 hairband. For $1, she'll get 2 more plus the third. For $2, she'd have 4 plus 1, which is 5. For $3, she had 3 times 2, which is 6 plus 1, which is 7. For $4, she'd have 2 times 4, which is 8 plus 1, which is 9. And that's the answer to this, is $4. For $4, she can go to the store and buy 8 more hairbands, and she already has 1 hairband, and that would take her to her total of 9 hairbands. Okay. So it's the idea of finding the starting value and how it's changing. Cameron already has cycled 1 kilometer. That's his starting value, which is his B. Plus he plans to cycle 2 kilometers during each trip. 2, that's his change. That's his M. So can we already put the equation together? Y equals his starting value, his change, which is 2m plus 1. But those aren't good variables for us. And the problem is telling us, hey, trips and the distance cycled. So what's coming out of this? If I put in 0 trips, he's already gone 1 kilometer. If I put in 2 trips, he's gone 5 kilometers. So this is trips. So 2 times the number of trips plus 1 gives the total distance. During each week of piano lessons, there Teresa learns to play 2 new pieces. So here's her change, which is M. Write an equation that shows the relationship between the weeks of lessons W and the total number of pieces learned P. So what's her starting value on this? Her starting value is 0. So I have y equals 2m plus 0. Now let's figure out the variables. The total number of pieces learned is P, and the number of lessons is W. So pieces equals 2W. 1 lesson equals 2 pieces. 2 lessons equals 4 pieces. 10 lessons would be 10 pieces. That's it. Bye-bye.